Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Croft Studios here, and I'm here with a Lego Kill Bill MOC. And today we have Attack at Bud's Camper. This set basically would be a MOC from the second Kill Bill movie, and is a very interesting scene in the movie, and we thought it would be a cool model to make for the Kill Bill series, so this is one of the MOCs that we created. So let's start off with our characters. In this set, I picked 3 minifigures to put in it, which were from the movie. We get Beatrix Kiddo, which is obviously the main character of the Kill Bill series. She is the protagonist. And in this set, she gets her basic jean jacket outfit. We will see her with her signature, kill suit outfit with the yellow suit. We will see that eventually when it comes to the scene and set. We have Bud in this set, which is Bill's brother. And he's a very simple minifigure. He comes with a briefcase that has a money and a snake in it, obviously, like in the movie. You can see he has kind of a smirk right there. Then he has his jeans and his jacket. Very simple, but I think he looks pretty cool. And then we have L Driver, which is kind of like the opposite of Beatrix Kiddo. And she kind of kisses up to Bill, and she's a very mean person in the movies. You can see her hair right there, rubber hairpiece. We get a cell phone for her. We also get the snake right there, which is the Black Mamba. And we also have her with an eye patch right there. Pretty simple design, and you can see the other side of her face right there has the eye patch as well. If you don't know, Pai Mei plucked the eyeball out of her head, and that is why she has the eye patch. So let's move into our first model. The first model we get in the set is a very small model. It's just basically some detail to add to the set. You can see we get some like random pieces of trash, we get some garbage cans, and we also get a few cacti right here. It's not really supposed to be much, but I feel like in a set like this, they'd include something small off to the side. Maybe it'd be a bigger model, who knows how Lego would go about with it. But I feel like there would be some type of small model on the side just to give it a little more dynamic instead of just being the trailer. So this is part of it right here. And we actually do have another part of the set technically, but we're going to show it in a different video because it's technically part of a different scene. So we're going to actually make it its own separate video. So this is part of the set. So let's move on to Bud's camper. We'll start by taking a look at the exterior of Bud's camper. It's a very simple design, but I think the overall set is really cool and looks interesting. You can see it's basically just a camper van or a trailer van or whatever you want to call it. We get some small stair pieces that lead to doors up here, and there's also a glass window, and there's also a small detail right here. The roof has a lot of detail on it, just like ventilation and all kinds of stuff like that, just to make it accurate to the movie. We also have a window on the side here that's at a bit of an angle, as you can see, and then on the back there's not really anything back here in the movie that wasn't really shown or anything like that. It's just kind of there, and then you can kind of infer what it looks like. It's just basically a trailer, so there's not really a lot of detail on the outside, but it's the inside where definitely all the detail comes into play. So we'll take a look at that now. So this is the top of Bud's camper. You can see what it looks like from a bit of a aerial angle. There's not really a lot to it, but I think the detail of it looks really cool. And basically the feature with this is that you can literally just take the whole roof off. It just kind of sticks on there with a few studs. We kind of do this with most of our models. We just make them very easily removable. You can see how that pops off right there. There's not really anything on the bottom of this. You can see it's just a lot of big plates and stuff. But the inside is definitely really cool, and it's one of my favorite parts of this set. There's a lot of different small details, and there's a few playability features and things like that we can get to. So I guess we'll start on this side here. So if I zoom in down here, we have some details such as countertops, we got dishes, a sink, we've got a pot, we've got a fridge right there. We've also got Bud's hat, we've got some money on the table. This is actually the spot right here where Bud is sitting, and he gets bitten by the snake that L Driver put in the briefcase of money, because she actually went there to buy a Hattori Hanzo sword from Bill. So that's why she's there in the first place. But you can see on the inside there's some interesting details and things like that. There's like some garbage, there's some drawers and things like that. There's pizza, there's cards, a lot of small details to just spice it up a little bit. And the technique I used with building this is actually connecting it to the wall rather than the floor, to conserve space and things like that. And I thought it ended up looking really cool when it comes to details and things like that. So you can see what it looks like right there. And then you can see these are the doors that lead to the inside right here. So moving further this way, you can see we have a bathroom. And there's a toilet in there. It's a little harder to see, but you can see we have a plunger that has some doo-doo in it. We've got a sink in there, we've got a newspaper, and we've also got the toilet. And there's also, it's a little hard to see, but there's a small door that leads to the bathroom that does open up as well. Just gotta get your hand in there. This little entryway through here is kind of small, so it's hard to get to it sometimes. So we'll take a look at the end of Bud's camper now. So down here we got some other details. We have like a big vault piece with a chain on it. We got some stuff on the floor. Got a little dresser over here with some wood. And we've also got a crate over here, which is actually from the movie. He has a bunch of stuff in here, and one of them is his Hattori Hanzo sword. So Beatrix Kiddo has her own, obviously, that L Driver comes to buy. But there's also one in here that is Bud's sword, because obviously at one point he was in the business of being an assassin. There's also some detailed stuff over there on the wall, just kind of like some random things kind of placed over there. Maybe just shoved them over there, like a big board of wood. Same thing with that one down there. They just kind of sit over here, and there's not really too much that they do. But you can see how they just kind of sit over there. There's just some small details. But I think the inside of the camper looks really cool overall. And there is a playability feature that I'll show you in a sec, but just give you a nice little look at it again. It's pretty cool looking. I think the inside is very accurate to the movie. Kill Bill sets are not easy to make when it comes to transferring them to sets, but I think this is the best way that you can do it and make it interesting at least. So now let's move on to the playability feature. In the movie, it's pretty gruesome. Beatrix Kiddo actually plucks out L Driver's other eye, and it's a pretty gross scene. So if you're not into that stuff, I wouldn't watch it. But basically, before they get to that part, they bust through this bathroom and kind of fight in there for a minute. So one of the small features that we added was that this wall is collapsible right here, and you can kind of see where the wall is. So basically, if you take a minifigure and kind of just like shove them, if I do it right, basically just shove them through like this, and you can kind of have them like fly through. If you kind of get the gist of it. It's a little crammed, but like we wanted to add some type of playability feature to where like the wall is like breakable, and then you can kind of have them continue the fight into the bathroom or whatever you want to do. If you guys didn't know, this plunger also is kind of just stuck on the floor like this, but you can see we put a little brown swirl thing in there. Obviously that's Bud's crap, unfortunately, but I thought that was a nice little addition to the set overall, and I think overall the model looks really cool and is very accurate to the film. So let's move on to the conclusion. One more quick thing I wanted to mention. If you want to know how we actually made it pop up from the ground, we literally just used simple brick pieces to make it so the camper could sit up off the ground and have those little stair pieces on it. Pretty much that's how we did it, but I wanted to show you guys how that was done. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this Kill Bill mock. I thought this was a really cool one and interesting one from the movies, so tell me what you think in the comments down below. And we'll be coming out with more mocks and things like that soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you all soon.